أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم صلاة السلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين بارك سيدنا الشيخ محمد فوز الكركري قدس الله سره السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Through this video I would like to make a testimony just like many other testimonies that have been made out there already regarding the Tariqa Karkariya, which is a Sufi order, Sufism being the spirituality or the mysticism of Islam. Its goal is to know Allah, to know God, to get closer to God, and find true realization and spiritual enlightenment. So my name is Hakim. I live in Japan, but I'm originally from France. And so my story, briefly, is that, I've been interested in Sufism and spirituality for many years now. And I heard about the Tariqa, Karkariya, a few years ago through my brother, my older brother. And so he contacted me one day, he called me. I was already living in Japan, and he told me about this order. And at that time, there were a few videos already of disciples claiming that they had vision of the light, they could see the light. And so I watched some of these videos, but at that time I wasn't really sure. I didn't know what to think of it, really. So I just went on with my life, I continued, of course, to read books about Sufism, about spirituality in general. And but I knew also at the same time that I needed a mentor or spiritual master in order to guide me to enlightenment, in order to guide me to God, to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And so I had that intention in me, in my heart, that hopefully one day I will find him. And I think it was, if I remember correctly, that was about around Ramadan of 2017. That's when my brother called me again. So we talked, and then he told me that he met the Shaykh, the master of the order, of the Karkariya order. And he told me how, so he went to Morocco, met him, talked with him, and took the pledge of allegiance with him. And after that, he told me that he was seeing the light. And that's when I really started thinking about it. That really surprised me, of course. But then, compared to all the other videos that I'd seen, they were videos of complete strangers to me. I didn't know these people, but now it's my brother. And I know my brother. So my brother is telling me that he can see the light. And so he just told me, okay, there is a litany that the disciples do. If you feel like it, you can do it. There is barakah in it. There's blessing in that litany, which we call wird in Arabic. And so you can do it if you want. And so I thought about it, and I thought, okay, yeah, I won't say no to some barakah in my life. So that's what I did. I started doing it. So it's twice a day. We have to do it after the salah, the prayer of sunrise, al-fajr, and the prayer of sunset, maghrib. And so Allah, alhamdulillah, gave me the strength to do it. After about 2 weeks, 2 weeks into doing the wird, which in addition to, I was also doing istighfar, so asking Allah for forgiveness, occasionally after my prayers, especially. And so I would, I think it was after Salat al-Asr, so prayer of Asr, midday. I stayed seated and I was doing istighfar. So astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah. Eyes open. I was looking at the wall in front of me. And all of a sudden I see this white dot just a white dot moving around a little bit. At first, I really didn't know what it was. I just thought maybe that my eyes are tired, I'm tired, or I don't know. Didn't know what it was really. Uh, After that, I just went on with my life, went back to my business. But later, I would see it again, and again, and again, and it would appear more and more often and more clearly. So after a couple of days, I'd say, I decided to call my brother again and ask him really to describe to me what he was seeing. So because he said he could see the light himself. So I asked him, yeah, what is it exactly that you see? And as he was describing it to me, I was looking at it. And I realized that what he's describing is exactly what I'm seeing. So that's what I knew. That's when I knew, okay, that's it. I see the light. Just like the other disciples and my brother do. And, before that also I had done the Salat al-Istikhara, which is the prayer of consultation that you do when you want to consult God on any matter, right? To know if it's good or bad for you. Because God knows better than us what's good for us or what's bad for us. And so I asked God for a sign. Should I follow this Shaykh? Is he the Shaykh that will guide me to Allah? And that was my sign. I knew that was it. I couldn't deny it anymore. That I could see that light. It was there right before my eyes. And so alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. I know I can never be grateful enough for this gift. And so naturally after that, all I wanted was to go to Morocco and meet the Shaykh. Fortunately, well, it's not always easy for me to travel around because, well, I don't have that many holidays here in Japan. So I have my job, and usually when I travel, when I take a holiday, I go back to France to see my family once a year at least. But I had plans that year, so it was 2017, like I said, and I was planning to go back to France at the end of the year and make a little detour to Morocco if possible. Well, what happened is that at that time I couldn't because, not I couldn't, but more that the Shaykh wasn't in Morocco at that time. So the timings didn't really fit. So obviously that left me a little sad, but, well, I knew that, well, God knows best, right? God, Allah, does nothing without any reason. So I knew it was not the right time for me to meet him. But that opportunity presented itself again a year later. So end of 2018, that's when I could go to Morocco with my brother, meet the Shaykh. And I had heard stories, of course, many stories about him, about how kind he is, how his words can really speak directly to your heart, touch your heart. And so when I met him, I remember being speechless because I was so impressed by his charisma, his aura. Really, it's just, I can't really explain it, but that's how I felt. Alhamdulillah, he allowed me to take the pledge with him, so acknowledge him as my Shaykh, as my master. And then I went back to Japan with his blessings. And since then, well, to this day, I can still see this light more and more clearly. Alhamdulillah. and I try to keep steady really on this path. And may Allah keep me on this path and really help me get closer to him through my Shaykh. And really through this testimony, I just want to invite all of you, everybody who is watching this video right now, to at least be curious, to at least ask questions if you want to ask questions. Whether you're Muslim or not, if you are interested in spirituality, in knowing yourself, and just getting some meaning in your life, or just really understand the meaning of life, the truth, you can. Really, it is possible. And whether you believe in it or not, you can always ask questions. And I know that all the disciples in the tariqah, they are more than happy to answer all questions that you may have. And actually, even before asking us questions, you really should ask questions to the one who always answers. And that is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Do salat istikhara. Make the prayer of consultation. Consult with Allah and ask Him. Ask Him if that's really what you want. If your intention is really to get closer to Allah, ask Him to show you the way. And He will grant you signs. He will give you signs, show you signs. And if you are honest in your heart, if you're sincere, you will not deny those signs, and you will understand. No matter what shape or form they will appear. If you're curious, just contact us. Send us your questions if you have any. It'll be a pleasure for me or for my other brothers and sisters in this tariqah Karkariya to reply to you. And with this, I would like to do a prayer on our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to close this video. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما صليت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما باركت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.